Hello everyone, my name is Hunter. Welcome back to Chasing Gold. This is the last episode of the series. I will be covering the heavyweight division in the UFC. Very interesting division. This is the big boy division where one punch changes everything. One fight, all it takes is one punch. In this division, it really shows it. It's very chaotic and controversial division right now with the um, controversy of Tom Aspinall, the eye poke, long layoffs, not a lot happening, and so very interesting, especially with the eye poke. Now there's going to be even more layoffs, and we saw this with Jon Jones, how he didn't return. So today I'll be talking about some recent fights, the current rankings, the title picture, and I'll be making predictions for the future. So I would like to talk about Tom Aspinall, our current champion. I know he really wants to fight. He really wanted to fight Jon Jones, but Jon Jones never gave him that fight. I'm kind of disappointed that Jon Jones backed out, and he had this big return, and just for him to disappear again. Um, Jon Jones, lightweight legend. You know, people think he's the greatest of all time. That's the more casual to a general consensus. Jon Jones is the greatest of all time. I personally disagree. I think Demetrious Johnson is way better. Um, as Jon Jones is a very controversial fighter, cheap, full of drugs, and not a good dude. Um, Drugs, steroids, juice and all that. He had that rivalry with DC, lightweight division. So I mean, he's a legend in the sport, regardless of his out of the octagon issues. But he's no longer in the UFC. He retired. But Tom Aspinall. Yeah, I was excited to see this fight with him and Cyril Gane. Disappointed that he had a really bad eye poke. I know people were saying he backed out. He's the one. He's the one who wants to fight. I don't really understand it. And then he's shown that what doctors said after the fight, how it was really. I mean, this is horrid eye poke. He had like his knuckle deep in his eyeball. It was really bad. So no contest. But looking back, in his other fights with the belt, right? He beat Curtis Blades last year in July, knocked him out round one. Um, Palovich, he knocked him out round one. Um, Turba knocked him out round one. And for the timelines of these rounds, it's 1 minute, 1 minute 9, 1:13. Um, so yeah, I mean, this is crazy. And then he lost to Blades back in 2022. These are all his last four fights, or last five fights, spanned from he fought one, had that no contest this year in October, and then he fought once, Curtis Blades in 2024. He fought twice in 2023, and his previous in the fight before that, Curtis Blades again. He got knocked out in round one, and that was in 15 seconds of the fight. So, like I said, heavyweights, scary power. It takes one punch, and I mean it. These guys go out. We saw if you look at like Derek Lewis, his fight. Yeah, there was that prospect he fought. I mean, he just mauled him. It was disturbing. Um, how powerful these heavyweights are. I mean, he has the most knockouts, finishes in in heavyweight history, in UFC history. I know heavyweight. Yeah, Derek Lewis, funny character, taking off his shorts after each win. Um, yeah, so let's just look at some of these current rankings right now. So Tom Aspinall, the champion, Cyril Gane is the one. Yeah, I think they're gonna rematch. I can only assume they're at some point gonna rematch. I guess we'll see how long this takes Tom Aspinall to recover from that eye poke, which is from every time I hear about it, I think it's something, it's worse than the previous time. So who knows? So Cyril Gane, no, he's a legend in the sport. If you look back at his fights, he had that no contest. He's 13-2. He was Alexander Volkov. He won him to decision. First decision we talk about in the heavyweight so far. That was last year, 2024, December. He beat him, and then Spivak, he beat him. He knocked him out round 2. In 2023, he lost to Jon Jones. That was his big return. UFC 285. Jon Jones submitted him with that guillotine, standing guillotine. It was brutal. I mean, Jon Jones could have kept. Very interesting. I think he could have stayed active. I think he would have defended that belt more, but he didn't. And back in 2022, he had a knockout win in round 3. So, Cyril Gane, definitely respected fighter. Hasn't had the belt. He's fought for the belt. Hasn't won it. Yeah. And he was the never fully he's an interim, but he never defended it, against Jon Jones. He lost. And then there's Volkov, like I said, he's the 2. If you're talking about him, he lost to Cyril Gane. Is he, after this fight, I don't know, these heavyweights, they fight like once a year, it seems. There's just not a lot of competition. It's not very a deep division. Like, there's the standout guys, but outside of that top 5, outside of the rankings, just not much. But it will be exciting to see. It was on the fight night, the previous fight night, right before we went on this 6-week UFC hiatus. There was a big fight. I know that guy. He made a big cut. There was a draw. There was a draw that was Marcus and Kennedy. They had a draw. Interesting to see that. There was that Stephen Rashawn Sheriff. I think that he's the guy that he cut so much. Like, he lost hundreds of pounds for his UFC debut, and he knocked him out round 2. So there are some prospects, but I mean, there was a prospect where Derek Lewis knocked him out. I mean, I guess you could say that's just how the heavyweight division is. It just takes one to land. He got lucky, but no, not Derek. I mean, not Derek Lewis. He's been doing this for a long time. Maybe Derek Lewis makes a run in his final stretch of his career. I think he was thinking about retirement. If he fights someone like Curtis Blades, gets a win, that should definitely get him a title shot. Maybe he'll make a run at the end of his career. I don't know if he was interested or not. Yeah. So there's Cyril Gane, the Volkov, Sraji Pavlovich. He's the 4. See, like all these guys have fought each other, and they've been their only fights in the past like 5 years. Curtis Blades, like I mentioned before, Waldo Cortez Acosta, um, yeah, Sergey Spivak. Like these guys, if you look at the records, they've only fought each other in like the past 5 years. It's a very interesting division. The heavyweight is. I know people think it's not boring. The fights are definitely not boring, but they're just not much competition. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see what the future holds as MMA gets more popular. These bigger guys, um, get more people to do it. I mean, more people means more competition. That just makes everyone better. So we'll see the run in next 10 years. I think Tom Aspinall is the best fighter in the heavyweight division. I don't think it's really close. So I think he will have the belt for a long time if he continues to fight for forever, how long he fights. But this was the heavyweight division in UFC. Thank you for watching, and bye.